So whenever you're ready,
Alright, okay. Well, we're here in the sunset at the 20th Meredith Music Festival, and we with Neil Finn. We're thrilled for you to be here, and welcome to Meredith.
I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you very much.
Now, Meredith, actually, we've just had the Happy Birthday Meredith, so everybody's got fresh in their mind what a beautiful festival this is and how much it means to people. What made you decide to grace Meredith with a solo show?
Well, I was asked to do it, very graciously asked by the organisers to play solo, which is always a kind of a guilty pleasure. Now, in recent times, I've started to really enjoy doing that exact thing. And Meredith has just like a reputation unlike any other festival in this country, so it's obviously something I was keen to do, and to do it solo makes it even more special for me. And I've heard nothing but great things about the festival ever since I did it. Either that or people have never heard of it. It's got a very good under the radar kind of presence, isn't it?
Yeah, they either love it or they don't know what it is.
They don't know what it is, that's right.
Yeah. Now, does playing solo change the way that you put a set together for a big outdoor festival? Does it change the songs that you choose?
It does have an effect, yeah, absolutely. I'm throwing in, I kind of figure that I want to give people a few songs that they know and they can sing, because that seems to be what people want to do to some of our music, and I refer to both bands, Crowded House and Split Ends, but I'll put a few solo songs in. It gives me a chance to do a really broad set, right from way back to modern times, and I play electric guitar and I can trip out a little bit with my pedal board, and I've got no pesky bass player or drummer to worry about, so I can just fill the space,
No one can keep time with it.
No, that's right, I can keep time with myself, I can go off on a tangent, and I think Meredith are a very good listening audience from what I've heard, so I expect that they will be reasonably tolerant of my diversions, my tangents.
Well, I'm sure they'll be really, really pleased. It's funny, like, Meredith is one of those things that people, like you say, they really do love, and it seems to me that people love your songs in that way. I've heard it said that people take Crowded House records overseas with them for when they feel homesick. If that's true, how do you feel about something like that?
It makes me feel very warm inside, it really does. When you write a song, you have no idea of where it's going to travel to and how it's going to be heard and what occasions it's going to turn up to and who it's going to sleep with, and all these things that are amazing. I don't want to draw the analogy too close, because kids are obviously far more special, but they're kind of like your kids. They go off and you don't know what kind of life they're going to have.
And ultimately, do they have to have a life of their own? Like, is it strange to hear your personal stories, like, played thousands and thousands and thousands of times?
Oh, they're couched in great obscurity, so people can take their own meanings from them, and there's little open doors. There's little true lines from my own life that are, mixed up with lines of fantasy, and I like that kind of lyric. It's what I grew up with, only really wanting to understand half of what the writer was saying. I didn't really want to have to listen to a story, so.
Well, that's the poetry aspect of it, I suppose.
I hope so, yeah, at its best. There's a little bit of bluff, a little bit of scam, a little bit of poetry involved in all of them, I think.
Like a good storyteller, and you've got Irish heritage, right?
Got Irish heritage, yeah. That's the Blarney, like you just got to go for it. And you drag people along and they go for a drink every now and again, they come back and they feel like they haven't missed anything.
That's it, I'm sure there'll be stories from the festival that will be like so much bigger, and it was this big,
That's
the
right.
tent blew over completely, was really good. Now, being that this is a large outdoor festival, there was a big festival that was a part of the Split Ends moment, the Nambassa Festival.
Yeah.
And what exactly happened? You lost all your equipment in a fire and decided to keep playing, and what happened?
Well, we did, yeah. We were rehearsing in a little village country hall just down the road, and the whole thing went up the night before. We suspected one of the bands that was on before us was jealous and burned all the gear.
Yeah, really intricate stuff.
But they were Hare Krishnas too, actually. I'd probably been very willful by saying that. But we had to, it was like a real hippie festival, and the stage was being built by guys that, with the long hair and being out in the country, and somebody built a keyboard stand for Eddie Rayner out of bits of timber, and but it was everyone chipped in. We got gear flown down from Auckland, driven down from Auckland, and we went on and we had an absolutely roaring show with completely unfamiliar gear, and the show must go on. And those sort of things, in a way, are good. Adversity's good for you. We love it when things go wrong. I'm not wishing that upon myself, but yeah, it usually brings out good things.
And what was it about, playing at a festival as opposed to I suppose, what's the difference between playing a smaller gig and a really large festival?
Hopefully not much, because you go out and you try and draw people and make it an intimate experience, and it's not as easy in a big crowd, but sometimes it's the same mentality. It works just as well. And, a lot of people go out on a big stage and try and do big shows, extravagant gestures and pyrotechnics and video screens and that, and actually what people want is a song, and they want it, and it reaches the back of the room better than anything else, I think. So you just kind of trust in the song and try and bring it down where it needs to come down and push it out where it needs to go out. People they clue up, they get tuned in.
Oh, well, that's lovely. Well, I suppose that you're a classic example of someone who's had a career as long as, longer than Meredith, like over 20 years now. Yeah. So, I mean,
30 years.
You keep your personality and maintain a sense of yourself all the way through. Is it important to do that? Would you recommend that for young artists, I suppose?
Definitely maintain a sense of yourself throughout. Yes, if they can, yeah. I mean, it's all right to have the odd night where you lose yourself and go off on some incredible tangent. I'm sure there's a few people tonight at Meredith will be going off as I lose my pick as an extravagant gesture. There'll be people losing their minds tonight at Meredith in the best possible way, and I just wish that they stay safe and they come back to their own body in the morning, and they're a little bit wiser about themselves. But
yeah, at least they did it amongst all this beauty, huh?
well, I know there's a lot of people that are paying attention out there and taking care of each other. So
They really are.
yeah, it's a good thing.
Well, have a fantastic set, and it's
Thank
a
you.
pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll see you out there.
Yeah.
I better gather
Don't
my
lose
pick up.
that, yeah.
Better get my pick. Thank you. I need that.
Do you